Hi guys, I'm Shiva and today we'll be looking into the Protractor automation testing tool, and what I'll be doing is I'll be using Protractor with Selenium and C Sharp. Okay, so when I was doing my test using Protractor, I could not find a lot of content related to Protractor with C Sharp. Um, so I would like to help everyone out who's searching for it. Okay. So Protractor, as if you have already come to this video, you already know that it's a testing framework meant for Angular applications. Okay, so we'll begin with I've already written out a simple sample code. Okay, and I'll be showing you how do we do it. Okay, let's launch Visual Studio first. I usually do it in the admin mode. So I've got Visual Studio 2017 and I'm pretty sure that it would still work on 2015 Professional. So you can use anything. Okay. So just go to File, um, say New Project and start with a unit tests project. Okay. Under Visual C Sharp, under C Sharp you would see Test, select Test. Okay. See unit test project, select a repo. Okay. Click on File, say New Project. Under C Sharp section you would see test, select the project and let's browse. Okay, what we'll do is I'll add it to my drive, YouTube video. Okay, I'll say select. Project name would be Protractor demo. I would also post this code on GitHub and I'll link the GitHub. I'll post it on GitHub and I'll add the link to the description of this video. Okay, so and you can follow step by step and you would be able to do the same. So we'll let the template get created, the unit test project. So this is the unit test file which automatically gets generated. Okay. Okay, as you can see the file name is unit test unittest1.cs. We'll go to Solution Explorer, pin it over here. We just rename it to test protractor. Okay. As you see that it's asking me, do I want to test the class name? I'd say yes, so that it is the class name and the file name match. Okay. Okay. So now the first step is adding Protractor to your project. Okay. Go to References, right click, say Manage Nugget Packages. Go to Browse, type Protractor here. Pick this one by Bruno Baya. Okay. By Bruno. This one requires Selenium WebDriver to be installed, so the Nugget package to be there. It will automatically install it, so you don't have to worry. So click on install and you can see over here at the bottom Selenium WebDriver is also getting installed. So Protractor does work using Selenium WebDriver itself, so you'll see that in the code as well. Okay, so once it is done, close this window. Okay, we'll just give a quick rebuild just to check if everything is working fine. Okay, it is. Okay, so now let's get to the part where we start coding. We say test initialize. I won't be explaining all of this to you. I assume that you guys know this, so how a unit test project works, and test initialize is something that we would initialize before the testing starts, and there is something called as test cleanup. it should be run once the test completes. Void, let's say stop. Sorry. Um, okay, I thought I misspelled it. No. Okay. So when we say start, what we'll do is we'll start adding using Protractor. Okay. Using uh, Selenium. Sorry, OpenQA. Selenium goes with the name OpenQA.Selenium. Okay. Dot, I would say Firefox. Because we would be using the Firefox browser. Okay. So now let's begin. Okay. Within the class, since I'm not gonna do the whole framework stuff, I'll be adding private classes here. So I would be doing private variables which are for private iWebDriver. Let's say driver is equal to new iWebDriver. Wait, we'll just say here, just hover over here, and we'll see that we need to import OpenQA.Selenium because I only did Firefox. Okay, and in the start we'll say driver is equal to new Firefox driver. Okay, so we'll try to run this. I want to show you an error, just to see if part this section of the code works or not. We have just created a driver and then we are saying okay, launch Firefox driver. Okay, go to the test explorer window. If you cannot find the test explorer window, go to test windows and you would see it here. Okay, you can see the test method 1 over here. Say run. So you see there is a failure. Click on this and you see that something was not found, which is the gecko driver exe. Okay, and it also gives you a path. So go to this path and you would see the gecko driver latest version. Click on download and you can download it. Okay, so it's a zip file. I'll just say cancel because I already have downloaded it. Okay, go to downloads, gecko driver.exe. I already have it over here. Okay, so what I'll have to do is I'll just have to mention the path, which is my users. You can keep it in any folder you want. Since it's already here, I'll just copy this path and then let it run the way it is supposed to. Okay, so I'll say path and then I'll just say @ so that it escapes all the characters. Okay, so I'll just give it a quick rebuild. The rebuild succeeded. I'll again go here, say run. So this launches our Firefox browser, which is what we want. And if you go back to the screen, you would see that the test passed successfully. Okay, so currently we are not closing the browser, so what I'll do is in this I'll write driver dot close. Okay, and if we are opening multiple windows, we can say driver dot quit so that all the windows are closed. Driver dot close would only close the current window, current open tab, or the one window which is open, and it will clear. Quit will clean out all the windows that are associated to the Firefox browser. Okay, so we'll give it a quick run now. Run. Okay, browser opens, closes as well. So now we'll move on to the next part, which is creating a ng driver, which is for Protractor. Okay, so I say private ng WebDriver ng driver. Okay, I'll copy this. Ng driver is equal to new ng WebDriver bracket, and you have to pass the driver object, which is the Firefox driver, over here to this. Okay, till now everything is good, and we'll just run it again just to confirm if this is working as expected. Okay, close this as well. So once this is done, now what I'll do is I'll copy some of my code which is present here. I'll also initialize some wait time. Okay, the browser default time, and I have a URL which is for my Angular website that I've created earlier before, and I'll just add that. And as you see, WebDriver wait is part of Selenium support UI, so I just have to select that so that it gets added over here. Okay. Okay, so what I'll do is before we initialize the ng WebDriver, I'll say maximize the window as well as set the wait time. Okay. Okay. Now we'll rebuild the code once again, and you would see that it's working. We'll say run. I know that I've added the URL, so only the Firefox browser launches it. It maximizes and nothing else. Nothing happens there. Okay. So this website, I've hosted it on Amazon S3, which is free for. It comes with a free account. Amazon AWS gives you a free account with 5 GB space. You can check it out on another tutorial on YouTube or the Amazon website. Okay, I'll link the description below for Amazon AWS. Okay, so we here the setup is done. Okay, so now we have to start writing our test. So we'll begin with just going to the URL. Okay, and we have to just copy this part as well. Wait for Angular, wait for Angular. I'll just show you what wait for Angular does. Okay. Okay, click on F12, waits for Angular to finish um, any ongoing HTTP requests which are going on and all those stuff, so that if anything is being bound at runtime and those things take time, so Angular will wait for those things to be completed. Okay, even though the page will completely load, it will still wait for those elements. Okay, and I will also show you what the website does before we begin writing our test. Okay, over here I opened up the website. It says shopping discount. We'll say enter product price. Suppose it's basically a discount calculator. So for product $799, I have got 15% discount. What will I be paying and what is my savings? Okay, so it does this. The unique thing about this is I have it will bind itself on runtime. Okay, so the value is not shown up on the DOM. Okay, so that's the reason why this is one of the reasons why you want to use Protractor as a tool when you're testing Angular applications. Okay, and it's easier, it's clean as well. So and you can use the bindings that we have over here. So if I go to this element, you can see it is ng model product price. So I'll show you how you would be finding element using this. Okay, so this is the website. It does two text fields. You can even click on this button. If you don't, that's also fine, because it will just calculate the discount as soon as you type something here. If I say 1%, it will calculate to, so it goes on like that. Okay, 25% discount, that's this much. Okay, so just minimize this, and what I'll do is we'll let the browser launch. Okay, I'll put a debug point so that it waits, and the browser does not close. Okay, and I'll say debug over here. You can use this, or you can go to Test Explorer, say right click, debug selected test. Okay. So when you're debugging, Visual Studio would do a lot of things, so that's why it takes a bit longer. Okay, so the website does open, and you can see it over here on the screen. Okay, I'll say just F10, it moves on to the next line, which is the cleanup, and it will close the browser. Okay, let's say F5, the browser is closed. Okay, now we'll move on to identifying the first element, which is enter product price. As I mentioned before, I'll be using ng model product price. So I'll just copy the line from here. Okay. Find element. Which element? Enter product price. Huh. Model. Okay, so what I'll do is just so that I can show it to you. Okay, I'll just clear this out. I'll say ng by dot. So there are different bindings, so you can use binding equals exact repeater model. In this case we are using model and selected options. There are a lot of stuff that we can use, and a good thing about this is we can also use by dot everything that was in Selenium as well. So if you've already done Selenium, you can find it by class name, CSS selectors, ID, partial text, tag name, anything that you want, XPath as well. So, but for the example, I'll go with mm, product price model. Okay, and I will debug it. Okay, just so we know that the element was found. Okay, let's say control save, say debug. I put the debug point at the end so that we get the value for product price. Okay, launches the website, product price, the value is present. Select this, click Shift F9, and you would see this window, quick watch. Okay, you can see it's an input tag. It's ng web element. Okay, which is this. And if by any chance you don't know which element you're gonna do, so you can just say var, and this would also still work. But since in our case we know what it is, I'll go with ng web element. Let's say F5, just it will close the browser. Okay. Okay, I was being too fast, I guess. Okay. Okay, so now we'll say product price dot send keys. If you see ng web element dot send keys, we can send text there. So I'll say product price is, as we said, $7.99 in the example. Okay, so we'll do this. In the same way, we'll again search for the other element, which is the discount that we need to add. Okay, so we'll go here, discount percent. We'll copy this ng model, keep it here. Discount on product. Okay, and we'll say discount on product dot send keys 10%. Okay, and I've kept it on debug. Okay, so that it's a bit slow, I'll also type in thread dot, damn it, thread dot sleep. I'll just say 3 seconds maybe. Okay, just add using system.threading, so that we can see that it's doing something on the screen. Okay, and also here. Okay, let's see. I'll just run it this time, and we'll wait for the browser to launch. Maximize. Go to the URL 799. Now it will enter the discount and the value. Okay, and it will close the browser. So we don't need this, but just in case, since we're writing code right now and we want to have a look at it, I'll keep it over here. Okay, now moving to the interesting part, which is this one. Now this is ng model after discount. Okay, I can go get the value. Okay, ng model, I'll do that. So I'll just copy the code, but here I've done it in a different way. I've actually found it by XPath. Okay, so just to show that we can actually find values after it. Okay, no, so this is the button that I've done. So I'm pretty sure that the button did not have okay, so it did not have any binding for us to use, neither did it have the model. So we went with XPath. So as you can see, when you're doing Protractor, when you're using Protractor tool, you can use both the ways to identify elements. Okay, this is how it is, and this is what you can do. I'll just copy another thread.sleep over here, and then we'll go again and then copy this. Okay, after discount, and I've put a debug point over here. Okay, and I'll say debug. This time I want to debug so that I can show you how do you find an element which is bound at runtime. Okay, okay, so it is, and so it is waiting. So now as you can see, right click, inspect element. You can see that nothing is present on the screen, so the DOM does not show up the value over here. Okay, so if I go to the element again after discount, which is found actually, and go shift F9, open up the quick watch, and I say text. Okay, evaluate, it's blank. So how do I evaluate whether the text is correct or not? So our test was go to the element, go to the page, right, give the product price, the discount, and then calculate the discount. And what is the value? So we want to actually check whether the value was 719.1, and how do we do that? So let's see, string value is equal to after discount value dot get attribute. There's something called as get attribute, brackets, double quotes, and say value, then click. Okay, if you want to do it at runtime, just select this and say shift F9 again. Okay, and you can see the value over here, and it is type string. So okay, and now I can say assert, or if you want to do an if condition or anything like that, you can go ahead and do it. Depends on you how you want to do it. So this is the value that I want to check. I'll just say fi and then run it again, just to confirm if the script passed or not. Okay, I'll do if condition and check it as well. If value is equal to 719.1, so dot maybe I can do nothing else, assert dot fail. And just so that we know it's working fine, I'll say 3 4 5, something like that, and I'm expecting it to fail. Okay, I'll just say run. And even after the execution fails, the browser would be closed. It's just that we would see the failure in the test explorer window. Okay, browser closed, and you can see that the test has failed. Over here, I find it useful doing it over here. Click over here and see what happened. Assert failed. Okay, so this was it failed, and I'll say okay, point 1. This is what I'm expecting. Uh, Maybe I can do a lot of things over here. I can say write it to a file if this passed. If this does not pass, write it to something else, or maybe directly use the assert function that we have. It's completely up to you what you want to use. Okay. And the script has passed. Okay. So this is how you go about running your code using Protractor and doing your first successful test. Okay. Thank you guys. If you have any questions about this video or anything about Protractor, please put it on. Please go to the comment section. I'll try to reply to you there. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for your time. See you in the next one.